Oh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. So many dreams, yeah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another episode of our daily Ramadan reminder podcast series where we are discussing different ayahs taken from the Quran during the month of Ramadan, inshallah, and also trying to see how we can apply them to our everyday lives in a practical way, inshallah. If you are new here, my name is Aisha Abdul Hadi, and I help Muslims succeed without overwhelm. So, as usual, inshallah, we are going to start by listening to the ayah. So, for those of you who like to follow along in your own Qurans, inshallah, we are actually heading towards a new surah today, Surah Al Ma'idah, and we are looking at ayah number 8. So, inshallah, we are going to listen to it first before understanding the meaning.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين لله شهداء بالقسط ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون.
So let's look at the interpretation of the meaning of ayah number 8 from Surah Al Ma'idah, which is the fifth surah, inshallah, in the Quran. O believers, stand firm for Allah and bear true testimony. Do not let the hatred of a people lead you to injustice. Be just, that is closer to righteousness, and be mindful of Allah. Surely Allah is all aware of what you do. So, subhanAllah, let's have a look at some lessons that we can learn from this particular ayah and also how we can apply them in our daily lives. So, first of all, it emphasizes here the importance of justice in Islam. And justice holds a central place in Islam and is actually a defining characteristics of the believers. And this ayah from Surah Al Ma'idah emphasizes the duty of standing firm for Allah and upholding justice, even when faced with personal biases or enmity. And justice is not just a legal principle, but it's actually a moral obligation as well that extends to all aspects of our lives as believers. And this includes how we treat other people, how we make decisions, how we raise our families. And the Quran repeatedly reminds us that being just closer to taqwa and having God consciousness and highlighting that justice is a way to attain this righteousness and also a means of trying to gain Allah's pleasure, which as Muslims we are constantly striving to do, inshallah. So, the context of the revelation of this ayah, first of all, this verse was revealed in the context of the Prophet Wasallam's dealings with various tribes, and including a tribe who plotted against him. But despite their enmity, the Prophet was commanded to uphold justice and not let personal grievances influence fair judgment, subhanAllah. And Ibn Kathir also highlights that believers are instructed to maintain justice even towards those people you might not like, you might dislike, or you might have hard feelings against. You shouldn't let these personal feelings as a Muslim and Islamically lead to any sort of injustice. So this impartiality that you have to exercise first and foremost as a Muslim is actually a testament to your true faith and showing that you are adhering to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command as well. So it doesn't matter what circumstance you're in, you have to exercise justice. Okay. So it commands us to be firm and unwavering, first of all, towards justice for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the phrase witnesses injustice implies that as Muslims, you have to testify to truth and fairness without allowing personal feelings, whether they're love or hatred, sway their judgment. It also leads to, these personal feelings leading to any biases and any injustices. Even if you've got disagreements or conflicts with someone, you have to be fair in your dealings with them. Not only legally, if there's any legal matters we're talking about here, but also in your daily interactions, in your family life, in your community responsibilities. So this justice is actually a reflection of your faith as a Muslim, and it's inseparable from your character. So you can't just apply it sometimes when you feel like it, or if that person's nice to you, or if you have a good relationship with them, and then not apply it with another particular person or another situation because you have personal grievances against them. So, what are some of the key lessons then that we can take away from this? Number one, obviously, upholding justice in all circumstances, whether that's at home, work, in the community. Be truthful and be just, okay, even if it's difficult and even if it goes against your own interests. Number two, you can apply when you're trying to be fair in your parenting for those of you who are parents. Strive to treat your children fairly and equitably as well, and try not to, have favoritism and do unfair favoritism as well. And this is something we talk about when we, and do our parenting workshops as well. Make sure each child feels valued and loved. Number three, integrity in work and social interaction. So, in professional settings and social relationships, maintain honesty, maintain fairness, and, always remember that you are a Muslim in these situations, whether that's in your personal life or your professional life as well. Overcome personal biases. So, whether you're dealing with loved ones or those you disagree with, rise above those personal biases. Yes, maybe you do have grievances, or this person has caused issues for you, or you don't particularly like the person, but you have to still act justly. And finally, justice is a form of worship. It's not just a social virtue or something to, so that people can say, oh, look, that person's got a really good character, subhanallah. It's actually you fulfilling your duty towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and trying to get closer to him. So, how can we apply all of these lessons practically? Self reflection, first of all. Assess your own actions and decisions. Are they guided by justice, or are they influenced by personal feelings? Secondly, model justice for your children as well. Demonstrate fairness in the way you are as a person. And remember, your children see you first and foremost as their role model. And they're watching how you treat other people. They're watching how you're treating them. And if you've got more than one, amongst siblings as well. Practice fairness in disagreements. If you are in that kind of situation where you're resolving conflicts, focus on truth and fairness rather than personal gains or letting emotions get in the way. Next, seek Allah's guidance. Make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as you do in all aspects of your life, to ensure that you have the strength and the wisdom to be a just person, inshallah, and that you can uphold justice in all aspects of your life. And then finally, be a voice for justice, rather. So stand up for those people who might be being untreated fairly, and speak truthfully, even if it's not comfortable for you. And actually, even if you are in the minority, if you're speaking the truth and if you stand for the truth, do speak the truth, even if that means you're going against lots of other people and you're just that minority person speaking it. That's better than keeping quiet. Okay, inshallah. And if you can witness that somebody's experiencing something that's not right, then you as a person see that what can I do if it's obviously safe for you to do so, inshallah. And at least say something if you can't do something, at least feel something if you can't even say something, inshallah. So I hope that has been useful for you today, inshallah. Don't forget, if you've missed any of the episodes, that you can watch them up either on the YouTube channel or via podcast. And I will see you for the next episode, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.